Hey guys, welcome back and I hope you guys are doing well. Today's video is yet another series dedicated to APS-C series of lenses on full frame camera, the Lumix S9. Let's begin. So first and foremost thing guys, I am not kind of encouraging anyone to just go buy this particular setup. That's because I have it. The only intention of doing this is many of them don't even use this combination on full frame camera, especially Lumix L mount. And I just wanted to kind of do this since I have all of these lenses and I bought it for a very specific reason. And I'm going to talk about that later in this episode, but I have them, all of them, the Lumix L mount and as well as the Sigma prime lenses, like APS-C prime lenses for the L mount system. So I have the 16, 30, 23 and 56 versus 56. I don't even remember the focal length. Yeah, 56mm F1.4. Now all of these are like APS-C series of lenses, and there's a specific reason why I actually bought that. I'm going to talk about that in the next few seconds, but today I'm going to just do a quick review with this particular lens, the 23mm F1.4 on my Lumix S9, being shot in the MP4 light format at 30 frames per second, and this is how it looks. So first and foremost reason why I actually ended up buying this prime lenses is that I'm looking for versatile lenses which are compact and small enough that I can carry around quite easily, and mounted on the Lumix S9 these lenses are pretty much small and very compact enough if you remove the lens hood. Now take a look at this particular lens. This is the 56mm, and if you remove this lens hood, it's actually almost as kind of a pancake, I would say. Approximately 50mm in the full frame equivalent is a lot bigger than this, and I feel like these are pretty much compact enough. And what I do basically is I just carry all of these lenses in a bag that was given to me by Sigma. Probably not given to me, but it was given as a gift when I bought the Sigma prime lenses for Sony E-mount many days back, or many years back, when I was fully into this Sony ecosystem. But I kind of moved on and I have full frame L series or the Panasonic Lumix cameras now, but it was given as free, so I just carry my all of these prime lenses in that backpack or small bag pouch, I would say, and I'll just mount one of the lens here. The most favorite one for street photography would be this one, the Sigma 56mm, which is pretty much sharp, and the video out of this is like pretty astonishing. I'm gonna put a clip when I kind of talk a little bit about this lens, but today it's all about the 23mm F1.4, and this is how it looks. Now the autofocus is quite good because this is kind of a autofocus, I meant to say, like face detect camera. It kind of picks up pretty much as soon as you are in the frame, and whatever object you kind of put in front of it, it kind of just works. Now I actually have a light here which is actually mounting to my roof, so it's kind of projecting the light in this way. I'm going to just kind of reduce it as much as possible so that you can see how it actually kind of behaves. So right now I'm actually at 1.4 aperture, 30 frames per second, and the ISO is 125, and I've actually turned on the auto exposure kind of a setting on the camera. I need to figure out how to kind of turn it off, but that's for some time later. But this is how it looks now. I don't even know what's the, so this is like at 50, so this is at the 50% light output from my mounted light that's actually hitting the rooftop, and this is how it looks. Now of course these lenses can be used in various combinations, especially if you're talking like a headshot or over the head kind of a setup. This lens is actually quite good because it's almost like 35mm and it just works pretty amazingly, and the benefit of this lens is it's pretty sharp, and that's something that there is no point of kind of discussing on when it's from Sigma. So you know what Sigma actually makes and the worth of it. So let me actually bump up the light a little bit, so somewhere around 70%. This is how it looks. Now there are different ways you can actually use this combination. Of course, like if you go back a little bit, now everything kind of gets into a different kind of exposure, because now everything is in the focus just because the object is moving a little bit. But when you come up front and close, this is how it looks. Now I don't use these lenses for photography because of course I'll not be using the benefit of using a full frame camera for photography if in case I mount this APS-C series of lenses. There's one reason, of course, the sensor is cropped now, and the output of the images will be pretty much low. So if in case you put this lens on a series of cameras like L-mount cameras, when you turn on the photos or take photos, the aspect ratio is still like decent enough, but the resolution of the photos is half of the sensor. So for example, if it's 24, you may get like 11 or 12ish kind of output, and you will not be using the full frame benefits that you bought this camera for. So I don't use this for photography. All I use this for is basically something like this for YouTube, or when I kind of I did a couple of my friends celebrations just randomly with this camera and with this setup. The lens that I used was this one majorly, and the output was pretty astonishing, and I was like surprised when I looked at the video. Like, I couldn't even believe that the output was from an APS-C lens, and it was quite splendid output. But I'll be kind of putting some samples that I've actually captured, but you are getting the straight out output right now with this particular combination. So there's no point of kind of looking at how it might look with other in the other kind of environments. The autofocus functionality is quite great. I wouldn't say there's any issue at all. It just works, the APS-C series, or regardless of whatever lens you are using on Lumix S series of cameras, the autofocusing is great now, and it just works, and you need not worry about it. This was a whole video about this particular combination, the Lumix S9 and the 23mm F1.4, and let me know what you feel about this combination. Of course, I'm not using any filters here. The only thing that I tweaked is basically I'm using the LUT format. I mean to say, I've applied a color profile directly in the camera, taking the advantage of Lumix.